views about shoes. Ever since I've been fascinated with those things. Not because I do play basketball, but basically the technology, the and how shoes was able to help every human from the very beginning. So until now, it's still developing, and some even been retooled, or like the past is brought up in the present so that somehow they can what's the word? It's like wait, wait. Like there's some term that kanang mga shoe aficionado or kanang mga fan something na they want to create something nga a community somehow showcasing the value of those shoes, either new or old. So that's why I want to share with this short clip. Oh, anyway, later na lang. So let's start with this lang to give you an idea. Most people, maybe most of you, would consider shoes to be anything but more protection to the feet. In the past few years, like what I said, there were community, like there are so-called sneakerheads who seem to rise to invite the community. So this movement usually some sa Pilipinas ikay mo kitaan nila kay like they're so underground, usually nasa mga retail store. Pero dito sa States, obvious kini kay during if there's a shoe that's going to be released, people will line up at it, even kuan ganit sila. They'll stay 3 days before opening para lang makuha nila ilagay na sila ka-addict sa shoe. Some even this movement will line the outside store days or in weeks for this chance of coping or buying a limited pair. So lately there has been interest in the retro shoes. Basically ang old ones has been murag ingon nila nga ang pinakanindot nasa mga karaan daw. It's not about the technology but the innovation. It's about the past, very obviously the past year in history. You know, why that shoes is considered to be one of the shoe to be collected, or one of the shoe that mark as a high value price in the market. So this type of shoe were praised in the revolutionary aesthetic. Some will because of this aesthetic, others are because of their materials, storytellings and innovation. So those are the aspects that you consider the shoe and how a shoe is important. So ilang aesthetic, material, some storytelling, kanay story na involved about nga shoe. Wala siya gi-create nga cover up lang pero na siya story on that person, say Michael Jordan kana example. Basta ang innovations and how they able to come up with that shoe. Now they can be seen by famous individuals, athletes, celebrities, and even royals. And actually the handshake brands nga makita na to karon about different types of shoes. So isa lang mo focus na one brand, usually kanang Nike or ang swoosh na logo, which kamo obvious na kabaw familiar mo na. It's in their place as leader of athletic shoes. Thanks to this guy. Dito kanila sa sir. So one of the shoe designers is si Tinker Hatfield. There's a nice video about niya, and the most interesting part is pariharan ko siya. He was an architect, but through his passion, he stepped up siya more. Wala siya ni focus on more ni focus siya kajud sa architecture, but somehow since naman siya sa world of kanang Nike shoe industry, why not come up a design in shoes na lang. So this is Tinker Hatfield, the architect, the brain behind innovation. Not only did he change the aesthetic of sneakerhead, he changed the very process. So pareha na to, we always ato i-parallel ang atong architecture to somehow experience space. So most na yung gibuhat. Like Tinker Hatfield saw apparel with architecture and sneaker design. His approach to sneaker design required working to the athlete to maximize usability. Um, Here, okay, na kung one of this, kung mga hindi mo. So, obviously, kani siya, the Nike Air Trainer, laid back 80s. There's an habit when people or an individual goes to gym, usually bring two types of shoes. The lighter one, maybe for running, and the more stable for weightlifting. Picking up this trend, Tinker Hatfield, ganang come up something maisa na lang tanan ba. So, ni-create siya nga something nga shoe for multi-purpose use. So, designing, it's always involved in kuan. Ganahan na to di na to i-complicate atong life ba. So, kuna di kuan siya, di move into sa experience sa mga tao. Then, para ma-create siya something useful at the same time, di na siya kanang hassle sa mga tao. So, one of the second line, which this is the most famous, is kani mga Jordan brand lines. From Jordan 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Daghang kaayo ni siya. Tinker Hatfield collaborated with Michael Jordan, to develop the most iconic basketball shoes ever. Basically, he wanted to emphasize, first, create siya something, a shoe, i-emphasize ang material. So, most of us maybe think ng, or makatanaw sa shoe nindot because of the materials itself. So, muna yung basically concept niya. He wanted to create something, a material nga would highly, or makatabang sa isa ka player ba, it serve as an identity niya. So kani siya, nakita niyo kami this shoe is mura siya ng elephant skin, which kana ambot ba kasabot ganung elephant skin, pero Michael Jordan is requested kana siya, request niya nga pattern. Some were evident sa mga shoes sa high quality leather kani siya, which we all know leathers will leather material implies classiness or sometimes durability. Then maintenance wise, mas dali siya i-maintain. And also new materials in this generation, like carbon fibers and kanang mga translucent soles. Yes, Tinker Hatfield as a designer, but he also thought of embedding somehow the past or the history. Some of the shoe, like kaning shoe, sayang sole na niya na list of history that Michael Jordan accomplished, like winning the MVP, the champion, the Rookie of the Year, or something like that. So, in this line, success kay siya na kinahimo niya, not di lang si Jordan na famous ani kay kana siya kanayang playing basketball limit raman, but iya na na-keep ang iyang pagka-icon through this mga products, which karon grabe kaya yang kuan mga in terms of sales. Some people even mga matay just to have this kind of shoe lang. Yeah, serious, like no, silon kay ganahan ko ako ng sapatos. So parang ingani na ilang culture nila. So kani is something, ang innovation na niya nga design is maybe because of the experience. Tinker Hatfield usually mag-water skiing na siya niya. Ito yan na-realize ba nga, kanang sapato sa water ski is more in terms of stability, ang imong ankle is well supported na because of kanang nice strap mo to iyang ikaw nga idea ibutang diha sa sapatos. Then at the same time, ang aerodynamics gikuha niya sa kaning idea nga sa mga airplane or jet planes. So iyang gi-combine and merge into one, so nag-create siya ingani nga mga shoe designs. Two types for training and basketball. So mag-start siya usually concept, sketches, color scheme until mo create something in that. So usahay kaning shoe there, he introduced sad kanang the less is more na concept. More gikan sa water skiing nga sapatos, iyang gi-develop, then coming up nga concept nga simplified, then magamit na in daily use. And this one's the most kind of the most iconic, which I will show you later why it's the most Night Air Max. Nowadays karon ni like nabuhi sa balik like ipang some of the store retailers are selling this kind of shoe or releasing different models. Yeah, Nike Air Max is, we say Air Max kaning airbag cushion niya sa yang sole, yang for sole niya. So I would like to share you some video on how Air Max was discovered or yan ko ano sa yung mga shoes niya in terms ng mga designing niya. Yan gi-elevate ang Tinker Hatfield is design philosophy created or elevated ang in terms into sneaker design, ito highly classified form of art. I'll try to ask you murag ingato nga type ng mga kuan ba work of art is really interests me out because it terms ka kanang an architect ended working in other field but somehow still influenced by architecture. So would you, for you as an architect, would you do it in terms of kuan, or will you also do the same if you're into different fields but still be influenced by architecture? Is it worth it or is it practical ba? So I'll leave you with this kuan lang about Tinker Hatfield. Yeah. I have this philosophy that every time I draw something or sit down to try a design, whatever I do is a culmination of everything that I've seen, done, experienced in my life before that point in time. So we as an architect, we always try to get some, or we need to have something, a very basic or a very base, let's say a foundation as our reference in terms into design or creating something. So somehow those foundation para niya yung giserve as mga experience niya all over the years, like, as he worked sa Nike, worked with different people with the struggles and conflicts. So kita as an architect, I would like to connect lang sa aning when we're designing, we're not limited lang so on what's present or on say na adiha karon, but usahay we must link it sa past or sa mga experience. Maybe we can ko as ding during our work we sometimes have a mistake, but those are the those will be the experience that we're gaining, could be helpful. And that's, I think, how Tinker Hatfield was able to contribute in terms of mga designing shoe and through Nike. So that's it.